Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So, I'm going to be continuing the timed event story, and it says it wants me to go to Lescott's workshop. You received another missive from the workshop. It seems that not all is proceeding as planned. I'm going to activate this teleporter, which, is located right here in the city, and then make my way over there. The feedback on the board doesn't look right. Shouldn't we be receiving not but high praise? It wasn't like this before. Quite unexpected, yes. I suspect foul play. Unfortunately, our boss has, in his wisdom, prepared a contingency plan. Well, of course he has. Why else do you think he's the boss? Arbon Albir is Livrayan a livery? I don't know. He's got something for us, apparently. Ah, right on time. Here comes the contingency now. What contingency? Well, that's you. That's what the boss said. But he's not here right now. So let us explain. Just a short explanation, once again. During the last 2 days, we released the results of our Champion Duelist plan to the public. We've also started pre-orders that will allow people to pay half the price as a deposit and thus qualify for early access. We also placed an evaluation column, that is to say, the message board at the door of our store, upon which people could leave their profuse praises. This is what they call building hype. Just as the boss expected, our store really did get very popular, but very few people placed pre-orders, and the amount of praise left in the other column was also lamentably low. You lack sincerity, this. Where's the internal quality control, that? Get with the times. Such are the reviews we've gotten. Looks like the market wasn't quite what you expected, huh? I fear things are not so simple. We have a saying around here that where there's smoke, there's fire. That is to say that something never arises from nothing. In other words, someone is spreading rumors. Baseless, scurrilous rumors that smear us. Irresponsibly. That irresponsibly invent disparaging fictions and defamatory fabrications. The boss is sure that his brother is the only one who can be behind the smear campaign. The watchmaker has the most to be worried about if this plan succeeds after all. So, what do you want to do? Hire us to smear them right back? Lady Farina above, how could you ever think of such a thing? Our boss is Karen's elder brother after all. Even if they might stoop to such low and vulgar means, we will defeat them fair and square. Exactly. Only this way can the elder brother reform his wayward little brother. What are we needed for in that case? To get them to reveal what they mean by sincerity and internal quality control, of course. Reveal what now? Is that not fair? And is Fontaine not the nation of fairness? That's not what fairness means. The boss said that since everyone seems to think that the other party's packaging has been done with sincerity, we should keep pace with them. We shall package our champion duelists as they package adventurers. Adding that to our wealth of data will guarantee us a comeback victory. Packaging? Nah, they just turned an adventurer's tale into a toy, that's all. Oh, that must be it. Please ask them what it is. That story must be the packaging we speak of. I too have heard a little something. It seems that while Karen was drunk, he accidentally let slip that this toy was made due to a certain person. Imagine what a grand tale they must have shared to inspire such words from him. Really? You know, Aether, Paimon's suddenly kind of curious as to what the story might be. Why don't we try going back and asking? Will you? Oh, splendid, splendid. We shall leave this in your capable hands then, Miss Paimon, Mr. Aether. Okay, I can't do the side activity yet. Just had to check. So now I need to go all the way over here. Hello again, dear customers. How have you been? Have you tried out the adventurer toy, by the way? Hey there, Karen. Actually, we've got something we wanted to consult you about, and yeah, it's about the toy. Happy coincidence then. I enjoy those, like a fortuitous opportunity to nap, or just happening to have enough more to buy what you'd like to. Ask away. I'd like to hear the story behind this toy. That's right. We've heard that you based this toy on someone. That's gotta be the adventurer is the star of this tale, right? Ha 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 ha, I see. So that's your question. Well, that adventurer did indeed leave a deep impression on me. I met an adventurer in Springvale when I was about to leave Mondstadt. It appeared that he had messed up some sort of meal delivery commission. Apparently, he had encountered several waves of monsters on the way there, and not only had he missed the timing, but the food had also been bumped about. Knowing a thing or two about cooking, I helped him make a new serving. Well, that was sure nice of you. Well, but that's not all. You might find it hard to imagine, but that one attempt at cooking resulted in all manner of accidents. The firewood got wet, a big hole got gouged in the bottom of the pot, and while I was plating up, I was hit by some flying stones from out of nowhere. One of them even bounced onto my head. Now that one really hurt. Well, the job did eventually get done, albeit with a complaint from the customers that they had cracked a tooth on a stone while eating. Lady Farina above, surely it wasn't the stone that hit us on the head. Was this adventurer's name Bennett? That was his name. Wait, do the two of you know him as well? Interesting fellow, that one. Good grief. I was not thinking of Bennett at all. Later, he took me to all sorts of rarely visited places in Mondstadt to show his things. It was a pretty rough journey, but the uncommonly beautiful sights made it worth the effort. I would have taken him for a travel enthusiast had he not told me that he had discovered those places by losing his footing during adventures or from getting lost. On the day of my return to Fontaine, he said he came to say goodbye, and there I asked him if he considered his unlucky disposition bothersome. He just gave me a thumbs up and said, "The world is full of all sorts of people, and maybe I just happen to be the unluckiest. But thanks to that, I've also become the bravest person, and that's given me access to sights only I can see." What a brilliant way of putting things. Walking the path of misfortune with a big smile on one's face? Perhaps that's the spirit of a true adventurer. That's right, Bennett's the most adventurous adventurer for sure. Hee hee hee. If bad luck can be infectious, perhaps that adventurous spirit could be too. And with any luck, the latter can be spread far further than the former. Heh, I wonder, will this story give you enough material for your report? How did you figure that one out this time? Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what they say in Fontaine, or what we say in Fontaine. If you really wanted to know about this story, you'd have asked the first time. But since you're only doing that now, I can only guess that my brother put you up to it. I was curious the first time. So you really did know. You know, Paimon doesn't get why Livre would have such a dim view of you. You're pretty smart, and you seem like a nice guy. It's anger, I think. He's probably still mad at me for what he sees as a betrayal. Eh? Betrayal? Our family is well known for our skills in making clockwork devices. I've always been good at making toys of that sort, and while my brother isn't quite as good, he's got a real knack for doing business. Since we both love toys, we agreed that when we grew up, we would set up the best toy store ever. But it was only when we grew up that we realized that someone had to succeed the family business. That is to say, the shop. My brother had a big fight with our father over that, and he went to strike out on his own. I, on the other hand, was convinced to stay. And is that not a betrayal? Does that really count, though? Well, it wasn't a show of adventurousness. That was for sure. I was afraid that if I failed to make a name for myself out there, I'd have to come crawling back to the family business. I just couldn't take that pressure. I've always been like that. I'd be the first to cry when we encountered some hooligans on the streets, but my brother would have me get behind him. with a "don't worry, watch me send them flying with my knuckle sandwich." Your relationship seems kind of complicated. Well, I suppose that's how things played out, eh? In any case, I'll be here if you have other questions. You're always welcome here in my store. So I just realized that he sells stuff. Do you have any other questions? Oh, I guess he doesn't sell stuff. He just has that symbol above his head. Boss, our 2 guests have arrived. Quick as ever, I see. I suppose you gained much from your investigations. You know, Livre, why do you always show up later? Well, I suppose I am remiss. I shall strive to come earlier next time. Anyway, about that toy. You tell Livre about Bennett. He frowns. A toy based on an adventurer named Bennett. I see. And another thing, we didn't ask him, but Paimon thinks your brother didn't badmouth your shop. He doesn't look like the type. Oh? How so? He seems to be sorry about something concerning you. You pass Karen's words on. Livre's gaze passes through you to what seems to be a place in the indeterminate distance, like a camera doing something. After a while, a dissatisfied noise struggles its way out of his throat. I think that's what it said. Humph. If you ask me, I don't think that idiot would do something like that either. Wait, so what was this whole contingency thing about? The boss was just looking for an excuse, I suppose. More likely than not, I say. Well, he is a businessman. Businessmen have reputations to consider. And he's the big brother, is he not? A big brother's got a name to uphold, you know? Say any more, or you'll eat my knuckle sandwich. Ha ha ha, Livre's exactly what Karen said he'd be like. Well, dear guests, I was just thinking that I should go pay that idiot a visit. Whoa, are you going to put your differences aside and go ask him for advice then? Of course not, but if he thinks he's betrayed me and feels bad about that, shouldn't I give him the opportunity to apologize to my face? Really now. He did say that, but Paimon doesn't think that's the sort of betrayal someone needs to apologize for. Well, it's decided. Arbon, there's no need for any further pre-orders. Return all deposits as needed, and keep that evaluation board. What? Boss, so we're not executing the plan anymore? What about the data collection? There's still time to make adjustments. No, the data collection continues. I have other plans for that. And you've got payments to collect, don't you? I always do honest business. Suspiciously honest in this case. Ah, the boss is the boss, even when he's being stubborn. Humph. I wouldn't call this attitude towards toys completely worthless. I'll pay a visit to the watchmaker once the next 2 days of data collection are complete. I'd like you two to come too, good customers. I've got some other things to settle here in the shop, so if you'll excuse me. Hey, see ya. Livre's got such an odd temper. He's not really going to ask for an apology, is he? Well, would you look at that. Our third party has brought about an opportunity for change once again. Third party? That's the two of you, of course. Thanks to you, the differences between the two shop owners may yet be resolved. That's what happened previously, too. Previously? Hey, have you noticed how the shop is separated from the watchmakers by the Northland Bank? Boss originally wanted to set up shop next to the watchmakers to compete with them directly. Now, I doubt that they knew about the boss's history when they reserved that space, but in some way they became the mediator in the conflict, didn't they? That's super interesting. The Fatui love to meddle in other people's business, but this sort of meddling is a first for sure. And that's the importance of third parties, just like how a double act still needs an audience. Well, what about the solo acts? Would things work with just one actor and one audience? Wait, are you trying to betray me too? You'd better watch out for my knuckle sandwich then. Yeah, I can finally do this. Arbon is responsible for data collection. Go see what you need to do, yeah. So let's talk to him. Welcome, dear guests. We meet again. It has not been long, and yet I miss you a little already. Humph, you sweet talker. Ah, woe is me, loathed am I. How the pain stings. Perhaps I'd best get back to work. Let me state first that the planned data collection project will be divided into 2 parts. One will be run by Albert, and the other by me. On my side, we wish to model the agility of the champion duelist, and so we'll need you to complete a few underwater speed challenges. Do champion duelists have to train underwater? Who knows? I do not know one personally, and I don't think the boss knows any either. He probably just thinks that it's cooler this way. He originally wanted to install 10 different water drawing mechanisms that can spray jets of water, but eventually gave up on the idea due to the high cost. That does sound pretty cool. Well, Fontaine is the realm of water after all, and if this is to be sold in other nations, a little Fontainian flair is needed. Anyway, we prepared a handbook with the relevant details. Please peruse it at your disposal. Well, are you two raring to go already? Let me make some preparations. No problem. The data collection devices have already been placed over there, so you need to not worry about them. You just need to focus on completing the challenge. Okay. So, well, yeah, it's going to automatically open the book. There's a total of 6. So it says to complete the challenge with no less than 60 seconds remaining to claim everything for that, and it seems to be the same for all of them. Let me see where this challenge is located. All the way over there, huh? So I should be able to get to it by going here, but there's another one right here next to that. So I should probably do that first. Okay, I now know why I had to complete that side quest first. The one that, I was doing before, in the previous video. Turbulent rings will be present during the challenge, and traveling through these rings will enable your character to charge forward a certain distance. Make use of the turbulent rings to efficiently reduce the time consumption. Special obstacles might appear during the challenge. Contact with them will induce punishment. Your challenge time remaining will decrease. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. This is going to be interesting. So I need to avoid these things as much as possible. Okay, those things can just pop up out of nowhere, which isn't good. Okay. So far, it's not too hard. Whoa. Darn it. I couldn't send fast enough. That's the only problem with the controls for this, is they're kinda tough. A little bit hard to get used to. If I fail this one, I'll just do it off camera later, because this is pretty long. Well, when I say fail, I mean fail to get all the prizes for it. I'm sure that I'll get at least, the second prize, as well as the first. But not necessarily all 3. What? Oh my goodness, what was up with that? That felt a little bit unfair. Anyways, I'm about to finish, I believe. Right? Yeah, that was the end. Hello? Cool. Let's claim the prizes very fast. Claim, claim, claim. That was the 6th one. Is there one right next to me right now? No, there isn't. But there is this one over here, which is the first one. So I'll go over to that. I'll also activate this teleporter here while I'm at it. Water, yeah, we already, got a pretty good idea of how this all works. Hopefully there wasn't anything super important there. I don't think there was, though. Okay, just dodge all that. I have to say, I really like the design of Fontaine. Yeah, they did a really good job on it. The underwater segments and stuff like that. Oh. Just gotta keep aiming for these bubbles along the way. And 3 more right in a row. Whoa, hey. I accidentally went the wrong way. Okay, down, up, and then down again. And we should be getting close to the end, I imagine. I mean, we've been going for quite a while now. And we're getting closer and closer to the time limit. There we go. Cool. That looks like the fossil of some giant sea creature. Or something. Anyways, let's go ahead and claim the prizes for that. Claim, claim, and claim. So I wonder if there's another one near where I'm at already. There's one over here. I don't know if it's... I haven't done it yet. I've done this one and this one, I believe, but not this one, and there's probably more up there somewhere. But anyways, let's go to this one. Okay, which way are we going to be going? Okay, this way. I'm glad that it basically starts heading in the correct direction right from the start. Grab that. Ooh, we're going to have to go through the middle. At least it widened for us. Ooh, those kind of appeared out of nowhere, didn't they? Don't know how to feel about that. Okay. So far, so good. It's always weird when you're not moving as fast as possible during this. It's like there's those moments where it just slows down. And it feels like you should constantly be going at top speed. Okay. And it should be coming to an end soon. Whoa. Oh, there's a teleporter nearby. I'll activate that after this. Hopefully while avoiding the quest that's nearby. There we go. Cool. Too bad they don't let you immediately claim the prizes from that menu right there. Maybe I could send some feedback about that. Who knows? Okay, that was number 5. Claim all that. And now take a quick look at the map again. So there's one right over here that I haven't done yet, right? So I should activate this and go over there. And start. Another thing that this reminds me of is the dive sequences from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, where you're like diving into the worlds or whatever. Oh, this is actually leading us into the Institute. That's funny. It kind of makes sense though, since we had to unlock it to be able to even start this minigame to begin with. kind of treacherous. Hopefully the shield isn't going to close on me. Okay, it didn't. I was actually thinking it might. We should be getting close to the end, yeah. Cool. So, I wonder which number that was. Okay, that was number 2. So, I should try to go to number 3 now, since it doesn't really matter which one I go to at this point. Have I done this one? I think I have already, so let's teleport here and make my way over to that. I'll activate the teleporter that's near there as well. Start. I wonder if I'm going to have to do anything special to access the final one. I'm really hoping not. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know if it's because... I think that my brain wants to tell the control stick to go down to go up and up to go down, because I'll often invert controls for stuff like this. And obviously that's not the way this works. You know, you have to press up to go up and down to go down. Which makes sense when I say it like that. Okay. Oh. Darn you. It feels like each of these is becoming harder than the last. Especially when they start pulling stuff like that. Oh, wow. That one wasn't too bad at all, and there's a teleporter there that I can activate, so I may as well do that very fast before I claim any prizes. Activate. Claim, claim, and claim. There we go. And now for this one, which is the final one. Where are you located? Okay. Activate that. Use this to see what's going on here. Where Dark Tide's Echo added to the archives, huh? And the thing I'm looking for is all the way down here in the water. Okay, it must go down really deep or something. You know what? I'm gonna try to get that Hydroculus first, because why not? Okay, now I should start this. Okay. I don't know if I could have gotten that Hydroculus while doing this, but I figure better be safe than sorry. Okay. I wonder why those speed boosts look different while you're in tunnels like this. Because outside of the tunnels, they look more like bubbles. And inside, they look more like rings. That's just my opinion. This is a pretty big place. I wonder if we're going to be required to come here later for the Archon quest. I wouldn't be surprised. Which way to go? Okay, up this way. Oh boy. I was a little bit worried that I was gonna get hurt there. Ooh, that was neat. Okay then, now I can claim the rest of the prizes. And claim, claim, claim. Yay! So now all the side activities for this timed event are completely finished. Let's check this out very fast. The Toy War and Armistice. Will the battle between Clockwork Workshop and Clockshop, the wall between two brothers, dissolve when the two bosses meet? Or will the conflict grow more intense? Select that. It wants us to wait until 2 days later to be able to do this. And I think if I can, I want to finish this whole timed event in this video so that way the next video I can focus purely on the Archon quest. So let's go ahead and wait. Actually, wait a second. There are a couple more things I should do very fast. Let's grab this, and then that. And then there's some stuff in the event shop that I can claim as well, too. So let's claim as much of this stuff as possible. I think I can claim everything. No, there's still 7 more things of Mora that I need to get. I wonder how I get those. May fortune smile upon you. Send invitation for Bennett. Okay, cool. I can add that to his constellations now, if I want to. Let me go check that out very fast. Yeah, I'll add that to his constellation. Awesome. Now I'm going to go ahead and wait 2 days. You know, today's supposed to be the day when Livre is going to go pay Karen a visit. That's what Paimon was saying, so let's go all the way over there. I see you're doing well, Karen. Brother? What are you doing here? We haven't seen each other in so long, and that's what you chose to say? I just didn't expect you to come over to see me. I mean, our shops are quite close together, but you never came over. I thought you were still angry with me. I'm not here to talk to you about what happened before. I'm just going to ask you this. That adventurer toy was made because of me, right? I knew I wouldn't be able to hide anything from you. Well, wait now. Paimon's confused. Wasn't that toy inspired by Bennett? I see you two have arrived as well. I'm sorry for not explaining previously, but I didn't know where to begin. Although that adventure did give me critical inspiration, my brother was the real reason I insisted on having the toy made. I can see why it might be complicated for you. I don't really get what was so difficult about all this. I also like the top option. Karen, your mawkishness hasn't changed one bit. You haven't changed either, brother. I'm more and more convinced that you and that adventurer are the same type of person. I don't have a vision, nor am I an adventurer. But you have that same adventurous spirit. Bennett lives in an adventure, while you live for adventure. Did you pick that flattery up from me, too? How could that be? You've never been a flatterer. You've never hesitated to tell me that I haven't any fighting spirit. And while the truth is frustrating, it is the truth nonetheless. You've been trying to be the best toy merchant ever, but I acceded to the family's arrangements, continuing the cycle of clockmaking. Only people like you and Bennett could turn their passions into their profession. I cannot. It would take 100 of me to match your courage. Come on, don't say that about yourself. There's no point in hiding this. When my brother first stated his intentions to move his shop next to mine, my first reaction was to consider moving the shop. Father would be ashamed, and rightly so. But in the end, the Northland Bank took that spot and separated us. A happy coincidence again, you could say. Yeah, Arbon told us about it. Humph. Do you really think the world is so full of happy coincidences that the Northland Bank just so happened to come between us at that time? What do you mean, Livre? I had reserved that spot long ago, but a new idea struck me, and so I transferred it to them for a low price. This didn't just come out of nowhere, you know? So you were the one who got them involved. Huh. Did you think that your previous decision was too impulsive or something? Ever since I left, my goal has always been to be the greatest toy merchant. But what sort of greatness would that be if the family feud made my brother move away in the process, huh? He, that smells like concern to Paimon. You were just making excuses when you said you wanted Karen to apologize, weren't you? Apologize? What apologize? Did I ever say that? Wow, that's really earnest denial, considering that you actually did say it. Humph. I'm here to congratulate you, Karen. That toy is quite well made. Heh, It's been such a long time since I last heard a word of praise from you, brother. I didn't think that... I've also brought you a gift. Here's the data I had these two adventurers gather over the last few days. This should help you create something even more interesting. Huh? But weren't you going to make the toy champion duelists? That data's important to you, isn't it? That plan's suspended. The market shifted faster than I thought, so some ad hoc adjustments will be necessary. But this data, how could I just take it? You take it when I give it to you, obviously. In that case, I'll take it for safekeeping. Feel free to reclaim it, should you ever need it again. So Livre's other plan was to give the data to his brother. I apologize, dear customers, that I did not ask for your suggestions first before doing this. Oh, it's fine. You paid us, didn't you? And this is your personal matter. This was totally worth it if your relationship with your brother can be improved, right, Aether? Our thoughts are aligned in this indeed. He. Guess this was a successful third-party intervention. Oh, right. Livre, Karen, since we're all here, why don't you strike while the iron's hot and work together on something? You're good at making stuff, Karen, and we can have Livre do the advertising. If you do it as a team, it's sure to work out. I appreciate your good intentions, but there's no need. I feel the same way. Wait, so this is what you two are going to agree on? That Bennett fellow said this too, didn't he? The world is full of all sorts of people. So you did remember that part. The world is all full of all sorts of people, and they all have sights that only they can see. If I learned anything from him at all, this would be it. Karen and I are just different people, which is why we've set out on different paths. Perhaps he thinks that my path is too adventurous, and I, for my part, can't stand the kind of placid existence he leads. That's right. If the hour hand does the minute hand's work, it will get fired without compensation the next day. And while intense challenges are an adventure, it is a simple life, not one as well. Everyone's on their own journey of adventure. So, since we've each chosen our direction, let's walk down that path and seek our own unique sights. And I'll occasionally go meet with you. After all, your road, it will be quite difficult. Don't you worry about me. At least I know how to enlist third parties to help me out of jams. I didn't sit around waiting for these adventures or the Northland Bank. Let me tell you that. And what will you do when there's a problem that even a third party can't solve? I'm sure you know how the stiffer a gear is, less durable it will be. I worry that... And if we meet, we'll meet. What else can we do, huh? That's just life. No, you won't be defeated by life, just like Bennett. And if things prove otherwise... Yeah? I'll send you flying with a knuckle sandwich. Heh, brat, listen to yourself. Talking to your big brother like that. Don't get too cocky. Well, if Lady Farina can sit at the judge's desk for a while, then a little brother can borrow his big brother's lines, right? Haha, I see you're figuring us Fontanians out. I'd like to ask you something, so if you're free, let's meet outside my shop later. That's all I have to say today, Karen. I'll be heading out now. So it wants us to go talk to Livre over here. You're here. Well, you seem to be in a good mood. Thanks to your help. Speaking of which, Karen's trip to Monsac gave me an idea. Perhaps I should go travel around for a bit and find some inspiration for toys myself. You've traveled the world. You probably know some friends like that Bennett. Do you have any suggestions for me? Well, we do have a lot of friends, but when it comes to toy inspiration, that might be a bit tough. Why not look for a third party? Aren't we a third party? We're a valid third party, aren't we? I agree, Paimon. Are you referring to the Northland Bank? Okay. Oh, you meant the previous third party. Oh, let Paimon think. The Northland Bank's under the Fatui, and the Fatui are under Snezhnaya? Are you referring to a harbinger? Do you mean that we can make a toy themed after a harbinger? Oh no, child? Huh, Aether, do you mean... Oh, Paimon gets it. Hehe, Livre. Did you know that there's a very special harbinger whom they call the greatest toy salesman in Snezhnaya? What? Is there such a person? What is Child that person? Of course, he's a real expert too. Maybe he'll inspire you. And, you know, a toy merchant in the cellar would make a pretty awesome combo, don't you think? Thanks for your suggestions. They've been very helpful. I don't think it would be easy to get in contact with the Harbinger, but I do have some connections at the Northland Bank. I'll see what I can do. Hee. Don't forget to invite us to try whatever new toy you've come up with. I will. Keep an ear out for the news from me. And that is the end of the quest, right? Okay, yeah, that seems to be the end of it, and I've claimed everything. I also somehow got 70 more coins, so I can claim the rest of this as well. There we go. Awesome. And, yeah, this is where I'll be ending the video. The next time I play...
Final day. Don't rush.
Okay, Zhongli. The next time I play, I'll be focusing on the Archon quest, but there is still this timed event to worry about as well. I'll probably focus strictly on the Archon quest in the next video, and then after that one, I'll come back to this timed event here and start working on this. So, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.